Sorry, echo આવે છે. Yes.
क्रैश हो रहा था और मुझे
Hello, good evening, welcome all. Welcome to all. Uh, I welcome all of you to our today's webinar on future of manufacturing using SolidWorks and 3D printer. We have two guests. One is Mr. Rudresh Vyas. I would like to introduce him. Rudresh Vyas is manager education as engineeringtechnique.com for SolidWorks and 3D printer. He is engaged as a mentor and jury at various incubation centers as well. Mr. Vyas has over 25 years of experience in IT, CAD, and 3D printer, and also education industry. He also possesses a good knowledge of software, hardware, and ISO 9000 quality standards, mainly in education and support services. Since last 17 years, he has been working as business development manager in West Zone in education area and achieving the target and also setting up new milestones for this western region. I'm really glad that sir you are here. Uh, our other guest, Mr. Gaurav Harane, he couldn't make it today due to their family reasons. But we have another very well experienced guest, Mr. Mayur Khachia. He is also head in engineering 3D printing services at Engineering Technique. He is servicing as engineering and 3D printing services at Engineering Technique. Also, studying mechanical engineer, he has 5+ years of experience in engineering design, product development, and manufacturing solutions. Started his career with Engineering Technique as a trainee engineer under the design department. So I'm really glad, sir. I'm really happy to have you both here as our guest. I would like to ask our head of the department, Mr. Miss Bindi ma'am, to have to thank you.
Welcome all the dignitaries, our respected speakers, and all the listeners and viewers. Uh, Welcome Rutesh sir, welcome Mayur sir. I am Bindi Thakkar, and we are pleased that within short notice of time, you are ready to give knowledge to our students and faculties. It is very important nowadays to impart knowledge and to know more about the depths of the mechanical engineering and design sector. So, welcome you once again, sir, and we can kickstart the session from now onwards.
Thank you. Hello.
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Hello. Bindi madam, can we start?
Yes, sir. We can kickstart the session from now onwards. Welcome you, sir, once again.
Hello.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
it's audible, sir. Yeah.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir, you're audible. You can start.
Good evening, everybody. Myself, Rudresh Vyas. First of all, thanks to Parul University. In Parul University, we are connected with SSIB team, and we are very much into mentoring. And I used to visit as a jury also, even Mayur Bhai with me at Parul University. Uh, Basically, today's session we had a discussion with Bindi madam, and we wanted to give a right title to the webinar, and we wanted to have a clear, you can say the title, so that student can understand what we are basically going to represent today. So it is future of manufacturing, and believe me, basically since last 30 40 years, engineering segment is changing due to this new technology in place, and that is revolution in industry revolution 4.0. So that 4.0 revolution, if you have heard, it is very vast actually, but we will here concentrate on the area of 3D CAD and 3D printers. Now, engineering technique is basically into this since many years. In 2000, we have started with extensive 3D CAD designing services, product designing for the industry, and prototyping. And since last 6 7 years, we are into 3D printing services also, and we are into 3D printing now, manufacturing and selling also. So this is our corporate profile. We have head office at Baroda. In GIDC Makarpura, we have the huge area where 3D printing studio is also there and design studio is also there. So I would here request our mechanical department, Bindi madam and all, to visit anytime it is possible with the students also.
Yes,
So
sir. We will make sure and plan in this upcoming semester, sir.
yeah, thank you. So we are having alliance with SolidWorks for 3D CAD, and for Envision Tech, we are India distributor across India. We are selling this printer, and we have other associations in Markforce for metal printing and signing 3D also. During this COVID situation, how we are working from home and how this digitalization is helping us. That also, I am also covering some of the part, and Mayur Bhai is also covering this particular part, some of the part. So let us see how it is happened actually. So our passion since beginning is digitalization. Now, digitalization, as far as mechanical students are concerned, basically they will think what is that digitalization is going to be incorporated in this manufacturing, because they have not heard about the relation. Basically, they know what is digitalization. So, if you are not aware about digitalization, or maybe as a layman, if I want to explain you what is digitalization. So since last 40 50 years, this digitalization process is happening, and due to this, maximum major changes happened in the world actually, not only in the engineering space, industrial space, but many areas this is happening actually. So this digitalization, I'm taking you through some past actually, so you can understand. Now it is nothing but shifting your technology base technology from analog, some physical, some other, to digital. So let us take this example for to understand this example in a simple way. This symbol, this is my favorite symbol. I used to represent this digitalization. Like you heard my profile actually. I'm into IT since last 25 plus years, and I'm seeing this particular thing is and changing the industry by industry. So this Sony's Vaio laptop symbol is representing the conversion of analog signals to the digital signal, that is wave format to ones and zeros, that is on and off. So like this symbol, this product is very old. So you must be now aware that this is happening since very long time. Let us see industry by industry. See, telecommunication industry, earlier it was based on analog, and now it is completely in the digitalization format. And even the complete infrastructure of telecommunication changed. Then music, for some of the examples, which is very much related to students, I am using those examples. So earlier it was mechanical process, then magnetic process, and then digital but physical format, and now it is cloud. So completely digital format is available. Then television, you must have seen earlier days in movie, maybe if it is not practically seen by you. So we used to use this kind of analog to receive the analog signal, this kind of aerial, and now we are using the dish antenna. And today people are using this television viewing through internet, so it is completely digital format. So no need to require any kind of aerials actually. So you people are watching web series and a lot of things. So because of this, this is completely digitalization, you can say. And printer, earlier it was available in black and white or a single color or a dual color, and now it is completely color printer. Then photography, earlier it was a physical negative, and then you have to develop in positive. Now you click and immediately uploading in the Facebook. Then books, nowadays if you are going now, I'm hearing from Parul University that you are going to attend the exam. So you must be preparing for the exams, and you are using only PDF and other tablets and all, mobile and all. The complete digitalization is happening in these areas actually. Even money nowadays, if you want to transfer any kind of a money during this COVID situation, government is making mandatory to pay online only to avoid the touch. through the physical nodes. So if I just wanted to show you my own desktop of 1980 and 2014. So earlier in 1980, we have to keep a lot of things like fax and telephone and Caesar and lot of other things. And the computer was also very much, you can see, very old kind of a computer. So the computer was also very slow. The computer was black and white. Computer was not, we were not able to store a lot of files. We were not able to see the photographs or video. So now in 2014, the smart computer is there on our desk, and we do not require all these things actually. So this is what I'm showing you through the animation. So computer is also becoming smarter and smarter and replacing all your physical desktop in the digital format. So what next actually? So the next thing is what digitalization of manufacturing. So we have experienced a lot of things in digitalization format. So now the next thing is manufacturing. Now I'm not saying that this this will start actually. It is already started. Like I will show you some of the slides of 4.0 and 1.0 to 4.0, so you will understand how it is already started by designing in 3D CAD. But if I am putting these two symbols, so now onwards, after 3D printing, like since last 4, 5, and you can say 10 years, 3D printing is implemented in manufacturing. And in future, you can replace this kind of a company, the complete manufacturing unit can be converted into 3D printer. So this is what going to be happen in future. So you have to be with the trend. If you want to be with the trend, then you have to parallelly learn all these things which is not available in your curriculum. I heard that Parul University is having 3D printer, so you have to be in touch with those areas so that um, you can become a smart mechanical engineer. Now, as I told you, this was earlier started like 3D CAD softwares. You are aware. In 2000, we have started with SolidWorks. And SolidWorks is a complete integrated design platform. It is not only CAD, but you can do CAD modeling with the electrical, electronics, PCB designing to simulation, flow, plastic inspection, and 2D designs also, and a lot of industrial design and conceptual design. And they are going to launch one platform also. I will share some of the details with your HOD, so you can attend those seminars or webinars also, which is going to be released in 26, 27, and 29th. So we are going completely on platform also, so that you can use it on the tablet. You can design from your tablet also. So this is what I wanted to share this particular platform so that you can understand properly. Now, people are talking about design for manufacturing, and we are talking about design for additive manufacturing. Why? Because when you are doing some CAD modeling nowadays, and if you are not using the traditional manufacturing way, like CNC or other or lathe machine and all, then you are going to use 3D printer. So if you are designing at that point, if you know that I am going to manufacture this using 3D printer, then there are lots and lots of techniques and parameters involved to design for additive manufacturing. And if you will fail here, then you will lose a lot of time and a lot of energy and a lot of material wastage will be there. So this slide is talking about a lot of things, but slowly and gradually when you will enter into this field, you will come to know what I'm talking actually. So after putting this technology, industry is saying that each and every product which is physically available will going to change in through the additive manufacturing. Whenever this industry will adopt additive manufacturing, industry by industry, the complete re-engineering will happen. So there is a huge scope for mechanical engineering, because whatever you are right now able to see through the traditional manufactured, those all products will change in future. So it's huge opportunity for mechanical engineering students. We are going to college by college, and we are right now connected with 90 plus colleges. And 2016 we started this um, digitalization of manufacturing kind of a workshop, and the same workshop we are conducting across the colleges. And right now I am representing this particular workshop to your college. So people used to ask, what will happen to the mass manufacturing. So when world of making is changing, some of the changes which I want to represent here is from mass production to customized production will happen. Slowly and gradually, right now, manufacturing is happening in the batch of 5 lakhs, 5,000, 550. But in future, whenever whatever product is required, that particular product will be manufactured. And that is called order of one. So this is what I am talking about future. Now, let us see engineering 4.0. I will not take much time because you already know, or maybe you will know more if you will search on the net. But 4.0 is nothing but the latest technologies, 3D printer, IoT, and other things are going to be implemented in the engineering field, or industrial revolution will happen. So let us start from 1.0. 1.0 is started since 1760, and 205 years we work with this engineering. Why 205? Because we were not having computer, we were using the traditional paper and pencil, drafter and all to do our drawing. So in engineering 2.0 in 1966, we have started working with computer, and that is called digital age. So now after computer also, after use of computer also, we were able to just represent the 2D drawings in computer. So we were not using computer in a full-fledged. So 2.0 also was not that much revolutionized. Now in 3.0, we started using computer in a multiple area, not only in 2D drawing, but we started with 3D CAD/CAM drawing, then simulation validation, then data management. There are a lot of points here mentioned. You can go through, so you can understand. In each and every manufacturing processes, we started using computer. So this revolution was from 1995 to 15, and from 15 onwards, 2015 onwards, 16 onwards, we are representing now engineering 4.0, and that is automation age. So there are a lot of things will be automized. Here you can see some of the symbols. A drone is there, then Internet of Things. Now Internet of virtual things are already done. Telephony, internet, television, and everything was already done. But now physical things we will incorporate. Now recently I heard that a lot of LEDs are now in smart cities installed, where from one control room you can monitor all the LEDs, how many number of LEDs are not working, uh, not on or off. Everything you are able to do it through IoT. And apart from that, robots, drones, and 3D printer is a part of this revolution. So in 3D printing, now we will concentrate on 3D printing more, because we right now have chosen the point 3D printer in 4.0. So in jewelry industry, our India is using 3D printer since last 12 plus years. So you people are not aware. Why? Because they are saying RPT machine and not 3D printer actually. So that machine name was taken in use. So we are not knowing that in jewelry industry is using 3D printer since 12 plus years actually. So we are representing Envision Tech, and we have sold a lot of jewelers this 3D printer actually. We have installed a huge lab of Titan watches in Hosur, Bangalore. This is our prime customer. And because they have invested a lot, they have converted the same Titan watches 3D printer lab uh, open for the Tanishq brand of jewelry also. And we have heard that for the smart watches also and accessories. One of the brand of Titan, Tata is there. So they are using common lab for all this manufacturing. This particular ABS part we have printed first for them actually, Tata, Titan, in 3 years back. We are into medical, and because of that, we are during the COVID situation also we were open and working. So we are into dental, we are into ortho, and there are labs also. They have purchased Envision Tech machine and using instead of CNC machine. Like one of the lab owner was telling me that instead of 50 lakhs of the CNC machine, now I am using the 12 lakhs of machine of Envision Tech for my dental area. Now, as earlier I told, mass manufacturing की जगह पे कस्टमाइज मैन्युफैक्चरिंग होगा, तो मेडिकल में तो हर एक के दांत है, हर एक के हड्डियां है, वो सबकी अलग है. सो डेंट medical is the field where 3D printer is very vastly used actually, because each and every person's part is different actually, different size and dimension. So during COVID situation, we have started with one face shield 3D printing. We have given to this medical staff of SSG, and we have given to the traffic police and some of the police field to give free of cost as a good gesture. And believe me, after that we started getting the orders in 5,000 and 10,000, and today we have sold this particular part in more than 50,000 actually. So this is the you can say the opportunity which was not planned, but we got it because of our digitalization dream of our company. And today we are working for a lot of PPE kit and this particular kind of products. You can see here we started with 3D printing, but later on we got the order in thousands, so we have made the traditional manufacturing way, that is mold. I will take example of SolidWorks, our parent company. In SolidWorks, we have designed lot of such product, so that without replacing the existing door opener and all, we can design some additional part, and we can use the same door opener without touching the palm. So the visitors, if they are coming to our office, they can also without touching the things can come in our office, and we people are also can go around and use the same infrastructure. So you can go through the website, Wiki Factory and other, where these kind of designs people are designing and putting for open source. So you can directly use it. You can change a little bit and 3D print, and you can use it immediately on immediate basis. So this is good example. You have 3D printer at your college also, and some of the friends must be having the 3D printer at home also. You can approach us also for this 3D printing. Our parent company Envision Tech is printing across the globe these swabs. Even MSNBC, the CNBC's part, TV has also covered this in news, that worldwide Envision Tech is helping in printing the swab. This swab is used for taking the sample of the COVID patient from the mouth, So immediately this kind of a product is in demand, and without 3D printer, believe me, it is not possible to serve this kind of a industry immediate basis. Our some of the clients like Jyoti CNC, you must have heard that they have created ventilator, and part of ventilator you can say Sahajanan laser, the Pran Sanyam kind of a ventilator. So these clients are our SolidWorks client and 3D printer client, and they are independently doing serving this society using this SolidWorks and 3D printer right now. Our one of the client from Rajkot UD Lab has created the disinfector chamber, and it is installed in one 108 Bhavan, and even the government hospitals, and also they have uh, given free of cost such disinfector chamber also. We are into 3D printing and 3D CAD SolidWorks education. We are connected with a lot of incubation centers in your college also. So we have a Make in India kind of a module which we are representing to the students, so that student can become entrepreneur using SolidWorks and 3D printer. We are connected with iCreate, IICPD, PDPU, and GTU, GISC, Ahmedabad University Venture Studio. We are supporting startups also by providing the you can say the prototype support and SolidWorks and a lot of other things actually. International certification is provided at our colleges and network of our centers. So if a person wants to go abroad, they are using this. We are the first to launch the 3D printing certificate in international area. So right now we are giving the curriculum also in SolidWorks and 3D printer certifications, international certification. These are some of our clients for which we have the L&T, one of the client where we have installed 200 plus software, and lot of clients. So we are helping our students of college and SolidWorks Authorized Training Center to place in the client place. So you can connect us. Now I will represent the Akruti competition. 2019 we did this particular journal round at GTU. Akruti, you just note down all the students that you just search for Akruti, and I will share some of the links also during this presentation. So you can connect with us. You participate in Akruti with small is big. These are the concept for the Akruti, in which you can create the product and you can participate, and you can win 2 lakhs rupees of prize money. Even this year we have introduced medical devices also, and shortly you will get the link for Akruti participation. And here I am very happy to announce that last year we got a maximum participation from Parul University. So wait for it. Within 15 days or 1 month, you will get the link for Akruti also. Right now, we have launched the webinar series for our college and students also. So here you will get the information from Jaimin sir and Bindi madam for the 26th, 27th, and 28th webinar for students, where you will be able to see how you can use the SolidWorks and CATIA from cloud. You, uh, this is our education portfolio. We have 10 plus authorized SolidWorks centers across Gujarat from Ahmedabad to Vapi. And we are connected with a lot of colleges here like PDPU, Ganpad, Ahmedabad, GSFC, Charusat, Anand, UID, and GTU, and Parul University also. So here I am finishing my presentation and giving the introducing the Mayur Bhai. He will take you through the SolidWorks and 3D printer rest of the part. Thank you.
afternoon, all of you. I hope you are good and safe at home. So now moving forward for the topic which we are actually here to see. It's an opportunity for mechanical engineers in the field of 3D printing technology, or let's say the future of manufacturing using SolidWorks and 3D printing. So if I say the opportunity in the future or the future of the manufacturing, so the latest technologies which are changing the mechanical engineering field or the manufacturing technologies in, let's say, in whole globe is additive manufacturing, 3D printing, uh, then after CNC, VMC machining, which is highly computerized controlled machining, then after plasma cutting. So there are some technologies which is changing the manufacturing facility or the manufacturing techniques which governs the future of the world. So right now I'm sharing this concept by taking the examples for the manufacturing of the parts which we did during the Corona 19 COVID-19 pandemic lockdown period. So let's say as all of you knows that during the lockdown period the industry were closed. So it was little bit difficult to produce anything or little bit difficult to innovate anything new during this period because we didn't had the choices for the manufacturing facilities because the industry were closed. What happened during this lockdown period is actually we took the 3D printers at our home. Our engineers took the 3D printers at our home only. So whoever the design engineer were working on the some of the projects, some of the innovative projects, they did prototyping from their home only. So it was pretty much good and pretty much really exciting thing to produce new things or to innovate new things even within this lockdown period. So what happened here that to optimize the design of some of the products, our engineers just stopped over there. They use the 3D printers. And during the lockdown period, we developed different kinds of products and we launched it into the market. Yeah, definitely it was from the essential services only. Like as you see over here that on the left bottom corner, there is a face shield example. So that we produced within this lockdown period using 3D printing. We produced around 1,000 plus face shields during this period and only using the 3D printing technology only. After that, when the demand increases, we move towards the injection molding process, which is the traditional one, and by which we are achieving our targets and we are setting new benchmarks over here. On the right bottom side corner, you can see there is a ventilator. I will explain this as a mechanical respirator rather than the ventilator. So we also develop or we participate into the development process of the mechanical respirator uh, for one of our customer over here in local Baroda. This kind of products we actually developed during the lockdown period. And this was only possible using the 3D printing technology. So I will explain you what is 3D printing technology. 3D printing is actually adding a new dimension to your product. So let's say you all of you know that the 2D what is the 2D printing technology, right? Whatever the document or photographs you have, you are getting print from the document photographs from your regular 2D printers. But when we see at the very microscopic level, actually there is a ink over the paper, right? So actually there is a third dimension is also there, but it is very much negligible. That's why we are not taking that much into the account. But if we add the similar, let's say similar layer height or the similar character over the character, means if we are making the multi-story building of the same word over and over and over again, then the third dimension or let's say the height will be little bit much more compared to the x and y dimension. So that's why it will create the third dimension, and this is called 3D printing. That is why it is called the 3D printing. So 3D printing is actually adding material to the object by layer by layer by layer. So let's say if you have a pack of biscuits, you are putting it onto the table one by one. If you put biscuits over and over again, then you are creating a multi-story building of the biscuits itself. So that is actually called making the third dimension. And in the industry language, it is called the 3D printing if we add some of the basic materials for producing the plastic parts. So that is a 3D printing actually. How it looks like? It looks like the similar one. It is a desktop machine, or we are calling it the desktop factory actually. Why? Because this kind of machines can be fitted anywhere onto your desk also. So you can use it over your lecture room, into your at your home also, or let's say into your workshop also. But but this kind of machine doesn't need any kind of special requirements for electricity, special requirement for special facilities or anything. It is a simplest machine right now available to produce any kind of product. And I will explain you about the 3D printing, the basic of 3D printing using this video. I hope you will enjoy that. Unfortunately, the video is not running on the presentation. So I will move forward for explaining what was there in the video itself. So there are two ways to manufacture any kind of products. So one is the subtractive manufacturing and other one is the additive manufacturing. In the subtractive manufacturing, as actually you are taking on block, you are cutting some materials which is not required from that block, and you are making some goods or some products which is required to you. But in this kind of process, there is the larger part is a wastage part actually, because you are removing the material from the raw material block itself. But in additive manufacturing, actually, we are taking little amount of material whichever is required. We are adding that material to the specific place where it is required, and we are making our products from that raw material. So, in fact, actually, the raw material wastage is very much less using the additive manufacturing technologies. Along with this, there are multiple benefits are there, which I will explain you in different slide only. So let's say there are two kind of technologies: subtractive manufacturing and additive manufacturing technology. If I if I give you an example of making the face shields, as I told you that our engineers were at their home only, and they have the 3D printers at their home. So using the 3D printers, they develop initial kind of designs and they evaluated it whether it is perfectly fit or not, and they produce around 1,000+ pieces at their home. Yeah, definitely we took some help from the different 3D printers owner and students also from all over the Vadodara, and they all participate in this distribution and donation. So later on, we actually developed the injection molding process for manufacturing the face shields. Another project which we actually worked was the ventilators. I will explain you about the ventilators and how it is getting in design in SolidWorks. So coming back to the designing platform, the SolidWorks itself, it's a very easy to learn and very easy to use this kind of platform. So this was the ventilator design which was available online at the open source platform to modify it and to use it for the local production. So our client came to us by saying this, they want to make this kind of mechanical respirator for themselves. Though, so we use our SolidWorks platform for designing this kind of part. I will explain you how it is easy to design any kind of new part for the new product design if you are using the SolidWorks itself. So let's say this is a uh, blank area over here. I didn't have anything over here, but I am creating something which will be helpful for the mechanical ventilator. So I am using some of the basic tools in the SolidWorks itself to create rack and pinion mechanism which will be used for mechanical ventilators. So as you can see over here that I have my flexibility over here to choose any kind of shape, size, and to create any kind of new parts very easily, because the user interface of the SolidWorks itself is very easy to use and very easy to find any kind of commands over here. I have some shortcuts which is available with me if I am using some of the basic gestures. Let's say if I am clicking on the right side, I have some shortcuts made readily available for me as per my convenience, so that I can definitely use this kind of shortcuts to save my time to produce or to design any kind of new product. So as you can see over here that I have developed some of one plastic one part within the SolidWorks itself. Now I am creating a different kind of pushing parts. I will explain you what is this actually. So as you can see over here that within my assembly there is one, there is back, and this is pusher. So actually this part is getting uh, pressed by this part, which is actually driven by the motor itself. Okay, so when this part moves at the right side, this kind of bag, which is called the embu bag, will be pressed from the both of the side. So it will create a positive pressure of the oxygen, and it will definitely supply to the patients. So I'm actually making this part right now. Now, as I have designed this part, now I'm moving forward for making this kind of part, which will be pushed the embu bag. So as you can see over here that it was very easy to make or to make the 3D out of this uh, using this simplest command. Now I am making the different pusher part which I have shown to you. As you can see over here that I have live interaction with my design, so I can definitely choose the dimensions very easily because it is very easy to understand if I have readily available 3D preview before I go for any further modification within my design itself. So preview is always available if you are making any kind of 3D operations using the SolidWorks itself. And now I'm making a different part which will be used to push the embu bag, which I had shown to you in the different assembly only. So this is the basic shape is ready. This one is the pusher part, and this one is a slider part, which will be driven by the motor itself. This is pusher and this is slider. So this kind of mechanism we had developed using the SolidWorks mechanisms only. So this is the slider which I had shown to you how to design it using the SolidWorks, and this is the pusher part. Though I shared you the basic fundamentals of designing, there are many commands which will be useful for making designs and making the different kind of mechanism within the SolidWorks itself. And this is the motor. So using this slider and pinion, rack and pinion mechanism, we actually developed uh, the mechanical respirator for our customer. And I will show you over the YouTube video how we had developed this kind of component. So this total assembly, which is in front of your screen, has been 3D printed over here only, and it was designed by us. And yes, you can see over here there are rack and pinion mechanism available. So this is called the mechanical respirator, which will be used for very emergency conditions where where the ventilators are not available. So this is the working condition right now. As you can see over here that the pusher mechanism which I had shown to you, which I had designed using the SolidWorks itself, it is actually pushing the ammo bag and it is creating the positive pressure for the patients. and as it is driven mechanically over the mechanically, this is called the mechanical respirator. So this was the one of kind of product which we developed using 3D printing, which is the future manufacturing processes itself. As Rudresh sir already told you that it is going to be definitely the manufacturing technology where manufacturing will be done for the at the customized level, or let's say manufacturing for one. This kind of concepts is coming on in the future generation, and within this future era, the 3D printing technology will be very much useful if you want to make the customized product for different customers. So these are some examples which we had produced using the 3D printers for directly end use parts. So there are many companies in within Gujarat also who are actually our customer for SolidWorks, and they did this kind of mechanical they did manufacturing for this kind of mechanical respirator. There are many companies, Jyoti CNC, Sajan Laser, even the local Baroda company for which we actually worked for the designing services. There are many other products like disinfectant chamber. So that was these are some of our customer who had used the SolidWorks for designing their products. Or let's say your idea from your journey from idea to the product is little bit different. You have some idea, you want to produce some of the products. So in this journey, there are multiple barriers are there. Let's say if you go further for the traditional process for the manufacturing of your own product, as all of you know that it will require some kind of traditional processes. Like let's say if you take the examples of the injection mold process, you are doing or you are developing some IoT devices and you want to develop the enclosure plastic to your circuit. So if you are using the injection molding process, then it will be very much costly. First of all, let's say for remote control kind of enclosure, you are going to pay around 1.5 lakh rupees or 2 lakh rupees for the injection molding cost, injection mold manufacturing cost, and after that the whole process, the whole time of the manufacturing of the mold itself is around 1.5 months to 2 months. So during this time, you won't get any kind of idea of what kind of appearance your product has or how it will feel like if you are going for the production. So in this case, if we have the 3D printing technology with us, we can actually get our product before the injection molding process itself. And later on, we can also use the 3D printed parts only for our end product if we have the less quantity requirement. So I hope you understood what I mean to say if about the 3D printing technology implementation within our product development cycle and how it is very much useful. So if we compare the economical wise, the injection molding process is costing around 1.5 lakh to 2 lakh rupees, and it will consume around 30 days of time. Instead of that, if we use the 3D printing 3D printed parts, it will consume only 1 or 2 days for manufacturing of those parts, and it will consume around 1,000 to 2,000 rupees, or let's say 5,000 rupees of money for getting the first prototype. And if something goes wrong, then you can change the design immediately before going for the mold. But if you have not considered the 3D printing or the prototype manufacturing in your product development cycle, then what if the mold, or what if the product itself, or what if the design itself is gone wrong? After the injection molding process, you cannot change the injection mold, or you cannot repair. It is very much difficult to repair or change the injection mold setup total. So your money will be wasted, your time will be wasted. And to overcome from this kind of mistakes, we can use definitely the 3D printing technology within our product development cycle. Another part which I am going to share you is selling or making the products for design for 3D printing actually means design for additive manufacturing. And you can use this kind of 3D printed part for your final product only. Here there is a comparison shown within the in your slide, in your screen only, that if you have the quantities requirement, let's say up to 100 or 200, then if you are going for the mold production, then it will be very much costly compared to the 3D printed parts. So let's say if you have any idea about making the IoT devices or making the enclosure plastic parts, or let's say as I shown to you about the mechanical respirators. In that the assembly which we use, the rack and pinion assembly. So let's say if I am going to manufacture it using the injection molding process, it will be very much costly for me to produce around 10 parts or 20 parts. It will be definitely economical if I am going further for the higher side, means at the right side. If my quantity requirement is very much high, around let's say 5,000 or 10,000 pieces, then injection molding process will be much more economical for me. But as I am new into the market, I want to penetrate into the market. I want some feedback from my customers, so that I need only 100 pieces or 200 pieces of my product. Then I can definitely choose the 3D printing or the 3D printers over the injection molding process, and by which I can definitely reduce my launching time, product launching time also. I can definitely reduce the money investment which is needed to produce around 50 or 100 or 200 pieces of my product. So batch manufacturing products or the launching of the products can be optimized using the 3D printing services or 3D printers, different kind of 3D printing technology. So this is how it is going to be useful for launching new products. For let's say if you are having your own startup, then why to invest so much amount of money into the injection molding process or different kind of process? Rather than you can definitely develop your products directly from the 3D printing, and you can definitely launch that products after getting some of the reviews from the customer itself. When you are very much confident that yes, you can sell around 1,000 pieces, 2,000 pieces, or let's say 5,000 pieces, then you can definitely go further for the injection molding or different traditional processes also. 3D printing is actually not a replacement of the traditional manufacturing process, but it is actually enhancing the traditional manufacturing cycle, or it is actually a helping hand to the traditional manufacturing cycle. If I share you my gettings from the 3D printing domain itself, these are some industry which will be going to be a new revolutionary industry if you are using the 3D printing. On the left side, you can see over there that there are prosthetics available. So this kind of prosthetics can be manufactured using the 3D printing only. So there are very much less amount of companies available within India who are actually making this kind of prosthetics for the needy person. So you can definitely, if you have some idea for the business itself, you can definitely make your own company for producing this kind of prosthetics using 3D printing. And definitely you will have some help from the NGOs also, because they are actually very much helping to supply this kind of prosthetics to the required person. The middle image is of shoes. So actually this is a Nike shoes which was manufactured using the 3D printing only. Isn't it amazing actually? So yes, there are some companies available in US and Canada who are actually making the customized shoes for their customers. Or there are some creamy customers available, or there are some different segments of the customer available who wants their customized shoes. For them, you can make the shoes using the 3D printing technology. On the right side, as you can see over there, there is 3D printing fashion accessories available. So you can make your own fashion accessories using 3D printing. Even if you can make your own dresses available using 3D printing technology, the 3D printed dress kind of thing. So these are the new segments which are opening up using the 3D printing technology. On the left side, as you can see over there, there are some toys and gifts articles available. So it is a gifting industry, and it is changing very much rapidly using the 3D printing technology, because the shape and size and the structure which was not possible to manufacture using the traditional manufacturing process, it is actually possible if you are using the 3D printing process. As you can see on the bottom left corner, there is a lamp. Okay, uh, don't you think that it is very much hard, or it is actually impossible to produce this kind of shape if you are using the traditional manufacturing process? Yes, it is. So this kind of shape can be produced easily if you are using the 3D printing process itself. And as the design itself is very much eye-catchy design and very much attractive design, definitely you will get the customers for this. Another opportunity which I can see in the future of India is the cloud manufacturing or manufacturing on demand. Let's say, as you can see over your surrounding market, the demand is decreasing due to this pandemic. But even if we say that there are normal days available and within our country and the economy is growing rapidly fast, but entrepreneurs or the startups, like some of you are engaging with the startup itself and they want some manufacturing facility available on the website only, on the cloud manufacturing services. So this kind of cloud manufacturing or manufacturing on demand or manufacturing for one quantity only is a future of manufacturing, and it is actually going to be very huge market within India. And right now in India, there is not a single company who is working on the manufacturing on demand. Yes, there are multiple companies who had a try to set up their cloud manufacturing or manufacturing on demand services, but they are not at anywhere nearer to the manufacturing on demand services which are available in different countries like US, Canada, New Zealand, Germany. There are companies like Zometry and 3D Hubs. If you are keen interested for the new opportunity, you can definitely search about this kind of website, Zometry and 3D Hubs. And this is going to be a huge market within India if you are going to use the manufacturing online. Means you can definitely order for one and you can get the part uh, with the defined material and defined shape and size as per your requirement from your home or office itself. You don't have to go anywhere into the local GIDC or local shops or anything, because it is very much difficult to find the specific vendors if you are not from the industry itself. So it is going to change the whole manufacturing scenario. And this is from my end. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much, Mayur sir and Rudresh sir, for a very informative session. Sir, there is a question from student that whenever we are talking about entrepreneurship, okay, Rudresh sir mentioned that SolidWorks plus 3D printing means additive manufacturing is a new whole new era for mechanical engineer as a entrepreneurship. So could you please elaborate more on this? Because as a student who are currently studying in final year or something and they want to pursue a career in this domain, so how can they proceed?
I will share technical wise how it is very much easy to use the SolidWorks and 3D printer as a combination. And Rudreshwar will share how this Dassault system, which is the parent company of the SolidWorks, is actually helping the entrepreneur or the new startup ideas. So definitely SolidWorks is itself is a very easy to learn and easy to use kind of CAD softwares available right now into the market. We have some of the students from the primary education level who is studying around 8 or 9 standard, and they are using the SolidWorks. So it is really amazing to see this kind of students who are using the SolidWorks from their primary education level, because the reason for this is actually the SolidWorks is very much user friendly software. If you search over the net also, then you will find that SolidWorks is very much easy. And if you have some kind of CAD software's idea, you can learn SolidWorks within, let's say, 1 week or 2 weeks time. So that's why the SolidWorks is very easy. Another one is a combination with the 3D printing. As you can see that I had some of the live interaction of the 3D during my design. So it is very much easy to understand about the concept within the SolidWorks if I am going to use the 3D printers. Also, there are some modules available in the SolidWorks which is directly uh, associated with your 3D printers. If the 3D printer is listed under the SolidWorks 3D printing module. So that is why SolidWorks can be directly used for getting your prints, getting your 3D prints from the 3D from your 3D printer. Another one, the 3D printer itself is a low cost production machine. Along with the low cost production machine, it is giving the high flexibility to produce the more complex geometries and more complex part at the same time. And it is available on the desktop size also, because that's why we are calling it the desktop factory. So this combination can change the way entrepreneurs think. This combination can change the way the entrepreneurs or the new startups can manufacture their own products. New startups has some limited market, let's say, or else let's say they want to launch their products into the market, so they can definitely go further for making the 3D printed parts available at the end part, and they can definitely launch around 50 or 100 products into their local markets to get some feedbacks. So that's why it is very much useful if you are going further for the batch manufacturing or the low quantity manufacturing. And that's why we think that this combination will help the entrepreneurs. Rudresh sir will tell you how the Dassault system and engineering technique is helping entrepreneurs.
Okay, sir. Rudresh, sir, audio is not enabled.
Basically, if you see, the startup community wants the product in a click. You can say immediately they want their product to be launched. And if you see the companies like Samsung and all, they are also wants their new products, add-on products, very quickly. So nowadays, people do not have time to launch the second or third product, uh, and they cannot wait. Otherwise, their market will be washed out, and that is why Samsung is having that strategy to engage the customer within their own mobile products. So if I have to purchase a product, a mobile, then within Samsung, it is very much difficult to select. So such product range is available. So if they will not do that, then they will lose the market. The startup also required that thing. And one another reason of making this software so easy and very fast and incorporating the 3D printing kind of technology within the software, so that third party open source software do not require to use actually. So if you want to make a product, then you just design in the SolidWorks and you directly give the command from SolidWorks to manufacture using the design for additive manufacturing concept. Why such thing is very much you can say the Ashirwad to the new engineering community, because in my era, like 25, 30 years back, engineering colleges was not so much. Now students are getting enrollments in 40% or 50% also. If we will not give them a software like this, then they will not be able to generate the products in a faster way. They have to do lot of traditional processes, and that thing will be very much difficult for them also. So, like earlier in my days, we used to use the log table and not calculator. Calculator was not allowed in our curriculum. So now colleges have to allow the 3D CAD. I have met a lot of professors. They are very reluctant in using the 3D CAD software and such things. So they were thinking that student will not learn engineering concept if we will give such software access to them. But now gone are the days we have to provide such thing actually. And SolidWorks and Dassault system is where completely on this particular area, incorporating in such way so that people can produce the products and click actually.
Okay, thank you, sir. Sir, another question is manufacturing on demand. Like, is it any infrastructure available for if anybody wants to use that cloud manufacturing? Are there any vendors are there if,
Within
in
India,
India?
we can say that yes, there are some cloud manufacturing services available, but that is limited to 3D printing only right now. So let's say if you want to make your 3D printed parts online, then there are some cloud manufacturing services are available where you can just upload your CAD file and you can get the quotation at very second moment, and you can definitely place your order. uh, it will be the interaction with the company website only, not with the person and everything. So let's say there are 3D on spot. There is a website called 3D on spot from Delhi, which is available and which is offering the cloud manufacturing services. But what I'm going to say is to develop the cloud manufacturing environment within India, because it is very much required, and not using only the 3D printing only. Yes, definitely you can start with 3D printing, but You can add, let's say, different mechanical services like traditional injection molding services or machining services or CNC services within this cloud manufacturing portfolio. That is a scope actually. That is a opportunity.
Okay. Thank you. Yes. So your audio is not. Hello. Sir, still your audio is not enough. No, we are not audible.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No.
Products actually. So designer, 3D printer, service viewer, everybody will log into that particular, registered into that particular marketplace, and people of the community will get the orders within that particular market.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mayur sir and Rudresh sir. It was very interactive session. It was very informative. Like the use of SolidWorks plus 3D printing, of course, because nowadays what is happening that students are asking that as an entrepreneur, it's very easy for computer science student that they can program and code. But what about a mechanical student? You have really inspired all those students that mechanical engineer and the entrepreneurship as a mechanical engineer. So it was very good session, sir. We really thank you for giving your time. Okay, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.